Welcome to Booty Cracklin', baby. Hey, I'm Coach. That's Red. Hey, baby, before we get into this, go ahead and hit that follow button down there. Just go ahead. It don't matter what platform you're on or whatever. Hit that follow. That way you don't miss some of this important information we got here, Red. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, what we talking about today?
Coach, we're going to get into the NFC East.
The least?
No, the Beast.
I don't know. What makes you think they're the beast?
I think it's going to be one of the best divisions in football this year.
Okay, so listen. Isn't that what's said every year?
No.
What?
No.
What? I believe. I hear that all the time.
I can't help what you hear from other folks. You ain't never heard me say that.
All right. So I guess we got to find out what makes them so strong this year, because I don't see a big difference from this year to last year or the year before or the last 20 years. Right, so I see about the same. But that's what we here for.
All right.
Get all this information right here.
Yeah. All right, you got Philly up top, right?
I tell you what, I ain't necessarily say I got Philly up top. You see, I didn't. But let's start at the bottom.
All right.
Let's start at the bottom down there.
I want to get Philly out of the way.
Nah.
All right.
You know what? Look, that's a Cowboy fan. You don't want to hear what I got to say about Philly. You don't want to hear it. They kind of own y'all a little bit, but anyhow.
It's been like that since like 2001.
Since the beginning of time.
So
Hey, look, let's go. Bottom feeder of the NFC East is
Washington.
Sometimes you get hit with a swerve there. That was not what I was suspecting.
So I think
that was not what I was suspecting.
I think they're going to be the bottom of the division, but I think they're going to have a winning record.
So you think? Do you think? Okay, so wait, whoa! Did you just hear what he said? They're going to be the bottom of the division, but still have a winning record. Red, what you want to bet on that? What you want to bet that the bottom, whoever's the bottom of the NFC East, does not have 9 wins? I'll bet you.
I think they'll have 9 wins.
Ooh, Lord, this is like taking candy from a baby. But that's a big baby right there. I'm just telling you. Okay, so you got Washington finishing last at least 9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just so y'all know, there's no fandom in some of this, is there?
No.
I'm just wondering. All right. So Washington gets their quarterback back from last year.
Yep.
2 years ago, they were in the NFC
championship
game in the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
They get Jaden Daniel back, LSU boy.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a bounce back year this year.
They cussed him last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
They broke him up. They just snapped him like step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. They snapped him like a Slim Jim. And look, okay, so let's be real. Isn't that one of the concerns with Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a slim running quarterback and has not learned yet to not take hits.
Yeah.
If you go back to his last year at LSU.
Either got to go down or go out of bounds. One or the
other. No, you can just get broke up. There's a third option. There is a third.
I'm saying
that third option is what he keeps taking.
To keep from getting.
You didn't say that.
Keep from getting them hits.
To keep from getting. You're right. You either got to slide or go down.
Get out of bounds.
So that's the one of the big taking points on all these running quarterbacks is do you try to get that extra yard or do you go down or you go out of bounds? Listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you. When you're trying to get that extra yard and it is a game-changing situation, you go try to get it.
Yeah.
If it's just your everyday run-of-the-mill first down and even if you get the extra yard, it's still going to be 2nd down and 7. Don't worry about that extra yard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's where I'm at on that. Right? And it sucks as someone who's tried to tell kids his whole life, you got to give it all you got out there on the field or the court or whatever you're playing on. But there's sometimes, especially when you are the leader of a franchise or a team, that you have to make what they call that, a business decision?
Yeah, business
Sometimes
decision.
you got to make a business decision. It's best to live and play another down.
Yep.
It just is what it is. So tell me about Washington. The Redskins, right?
The Commanders.
Nope.
The Commanders.
I'm calling rank on that. It's the Redskins, and it'll be the Redskins forever. And look, I understand the reason to not call it Redskins. But, when you're old like me and you've called a spade your whole life, it's hard. Look, the Chargers are still San Diego and the Raiders are still Oakland. That's what happens when you got 2 brain cells left. I got more hair than brain cells.
Yeah, but the Raiders were.
What's that tell y'all?
Los Angeles for a little time in your life.
It don't make no difference. They still a little time. But for the most part, they've been the Oakland Raiders. And that's what I know, man. The Chargers in San Diego, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. So that's still going to be the Washington Redskins, in my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to say Commanders. We got to keep everything politically PC, right?
Yeah. We do a good job at that on this show.
Look, if we don't, it's the editor's fault. How about that? What about them Commanders?
I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a bounce back year. Terry McLaurin's a leading wide receiver.
Scary Terry?
Yeah, Scary Terry.
So, I'm going to tell you, I think they're going to be decent. I don't think they're going to have 9 wins. So, if you go, I don't.
Do you have them at the bottom?
I don't.
Okay.
First of all, I don't have them at the bottom. So, that tells you more what I think about the NFC least. All right? We're going to get to that. I think he's going to bounce back. I have them in about that 7-8 win.
Okay.
Is where I have them.
So we're not far off.
We're not far off. I'm going to say this, but I also don't have them at the bottom with 7 or 8 wins. You got them at the bottom with 9 wins. To me, that's a pipe dream. That's what you smoking there, buddy? That's some Saturday night at 2 a.m. talk right there. That's around a campfire discussion. Oh, everybody in our division is going to be 16-1. Come on now.
Nope.
Come on now. This is what I'm going to say about the Commanders. 2 years ago, they went to the NFC Championship game. But if you go look at that game, and look, that's the last thing we have to compare them to when they were at full strength, right? Because last year, Jaden Daniels got casted real early, right? When you go back to that season, they pulled out a whole bunch of almost, I ain't going to call them miracle wins, but really and truly, if you think about the Hail Mary against Chicago when the boy had his back turned while the ball was in the air, he wasn't even looking at the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
They pulled out a couple of miracle wins. You can't rely on them. You can't rely on them long-term in the NFL. Nope. And so I think even with Jaden Daniels last year, there would have been a bit of a little bit backslide already. Now he's coming off an injury. So I don't expect them to be what they were 2 years ago. Still be a decent team, but I don't expect them to be what they were 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Anyhow, what you got above them Commanders?
Giants.
The Little Giants?
Yeah.
The Little Giants. All right, tell me why.
New coaching, and
what's the coach's name?
Harbaugh.
So Harbaugh has pretty much proven over the last he was at Baltimore for like 14 decades.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, 212 years. He can win regular season games.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to win a bunch of playoff games.
That's right.
I'm saying they're going to get a bunch of W's in the regular season.
He is, and almost his brother also, he is to me, one of the still old style coaches, but that still gets it done because they focus on fundamentals, and it may not be flashy and it may not be fancy, but ultimately in the game of football, if you take care of the basics, if you can run the football and if you can play solid defense, you can win a lot of games, and especially at the end of games, you can pull them out, right? I'm going to tell you why I have the bottom two flip-flopped.
Okay.
So I have the Giants last, and I have the Commanders third in the East. And I'm going to tell you why. Not because of the talent of the Giants. I actually can understand your argument for having them above the Commanders. You got Jackson Dart, who I think in 2 or 3 years is going to be a solid, I'm not going to necessarily call him an elite quarterback, but I think he's going to be solid upper half of quarterbacks in the league. You got a wide receiver, again, that I think in about 2 years is going to be top 10 wide receiver in the league. Another LSU boy, Malik Neighbors, right? You got a running back that I think.
Call him by his right name.
I can't. I'll let you do that, Red.
All right. Scatterbrews.
Hey, look, that is patented for Red. Just so you know, if you steal that, we got it on video. Red called it that first. That's Scatterbrews. Cam. Oh, Cam Scatterbrews. Here's the thing. Because of that nickname, that's part of the reason I don't have them above Washington. Is because we just named 3 players from the Giants who ended the season healthy.
None of them.
There you go. So first of all, we coming into the season where your 3 at least best offensive players are all coming off of pretty major injuries. I don't see how Scatterbrews is ever gonna not get injured.
All right.
I mean, realistically,
just because of his style.
What makes him a very good player is also what's gonna keep him on IR. I mean, he's just a bowling ball, a ram, and that's great. Look, when he pay-ow somebody, hey, as a Giants fan, yeah, that's our man. And then all of a sudden, pay-ow, he's out, and poor Cam. Well, it goes both ways. That's kind of what comes with it. Comes with that territory. So I don't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all. I think after the first game or 2 last year, probably the first game, I told my friend Red here that I didn't see any way possible Cam Scatterbrews made it to the end of the season healthy. I was right. I'm going to tell you what. I don't see any situation that Cam Scatterbrews ever, capital E, plays 17 games. Again, not his ability. I think the boy has a spot in the NFL. There's just, to me, no way you can run that violent at his size and not take an injury every now and then.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Because of his style, if he changes his style, is he going to be effective?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, he's not a tiptoer.
Yeah, he's not a Christian McCaffrey or a Kamara or something like that. Matter of fact, you want the truth? He might have the same kind of size as Derrick Henry, but he ain't Derrick. Derrick Henry can outrun. He'll run you over, but he can also outrun you. Scatterbrews is not going to do it. Scatterbrews is, I'm coming through your chest, and I'm going to see if I can get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Yeah. He'd have been perfect in 1967. Curly Lambeau would have loved him.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. Like I said, for that reason, I see the Giants at about 5 or 6 wins. I don't. Okay, you know, what are the Giants if they lose any of those guys? Any of those 3, what happens to them?
They go down.
You think Scatterbrews is going to make a whole season? How many games do you think Scatterbrews will play this year? Healthy. Not just play healthy.
14.
You think he'll play 14 games?
Yeah.
Y'all, it's like taking candy from a baby. I mean, it's the biggest baby you ever seen, but there is no way. Oh, hold on. Take back. He's on an injury right now, right? Yeah, I'm taking a guess he's coming back like week.
He'll be back for training camp.
So look at here. Set your VCRs right now. I know y'all still got VCRs. That way y'all can rewind this. I guarantee he doesn't play 14 games.
So what you're saying is don't pick him in fantasy.
Heck no. I tell you what, you better pick him the first week or 2.
All right.
Because after about 4 weeks, he's going to be on the shelf. I hate it for him, but that comes with the style that he plays with. I'm going to tell you what, though. I think Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors is going to be in a year or 2, I think they have a chance to be
a deadly combo.
Stafford, Puka, they have a chance to be, what Seattle had up there with Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yeah. They have a chance to have that type of connection in a year or 2. They're both young. They're going to grow up together. I think in the next 3, 4, 5 years, again, if they can stay healthy and they get them contracts and all worked out, that could be a deadly combination.
They're going to be a problem.
To me, for the Giants to take that next step, they got to do two things. Number one is they got to have a legit full-time number one running back, other than Scatterbrews, because of the reasons I said earlier. And number two, they got to get another weapon to throw to. A tight end, a slot guy. You got, as good as Malik Neighbors is, if I put 6 guys on him, he ain't catching more than 160 yards a game. So we're going to keep him under 160 with 6 guys on him. I'm just telling you.
They've picked up Odell.
Wait, oh my goodness. Sometimes, folks, I just laugh at what people say.
I don't think he's the player he was 10 years ago. But
where did Odell play last year?
I have no idea.
Nowhere. He played his couch. He played 2K.
Juju.
What did he do last year? The same? Almost the same as Odell?
He was
on the field.
That.
I mean, I'm sorry, Red, but you have given me 2 names that move the pendulum. None. Absolutely. Odell and Juju do not move the pendulum for how good New York Giants can be at all. Those are...
I'm saying they ain't got to be the number one. They're not the number one.
I don't think either one of them are number 2 anymore. I don't. They're at this point, they're at best a journeyman receiver just looking for a spot. They're not any. I tell you what, there is nobody's defense that's going to put anything better than their second or third cornerback on them.
So how many wins do you think the Giants are going to get?
I said about 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah. That's where I got them at. All right. Now let's move into the upper echelons.
Yeah.
The elites of the NFC least. Mr. Red.
Yes.
Now listen, before I don't even know where we're going with this. Look, for those of you who don't, completely unscripted. You see all these notes I got? None. They're all right there, but up in that big noggin right there. All right? Y'all, just so y'all know, if y'all ever want to buy him a hat, you know how they do the hat sizes? It's like a 13 or some junk like that.
I don't know. I don't wear those kind of hats.
Hey, look, so when he played football, they had a 5-gallon bucket. They went to Lowe's. They got one of them 5-gallon buckets. They stuck it right there with one of them black straps right there. That's how he played football.
It was before the Revolution helmets came out.
Lord have mercy. All right. The elites of the NFC East. Now, this man, listen, y'all. This man is through and through Cowboy Nation. Look, he is such a Cowboy lover. His favorite movie is Brokeback Mountain. He loves them Cowboys.
Yeah, no.
That's a cowboy movie, ain't it? I ain't watched it.
I've never seen it.
I just seen the little memes about it. I don't know. All right, here we go. Number 2, the team that's going to finish second in the NFC least is
Dallas.
Oh, I'm going to agree with you there.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you there. I think Dallas is going to have a decent season. All right. I tell you what, let me take a back seat and defer to the man that is, listen, he got cowboy pillowcases, y'all. Tell me.
My wife won't let me have those.
It's a smart woman you got. Tell me about your Dallas Cowboys. And tell me why. Because everybody out there sitting on their toilet right now watching this on their phone. That's where you're watching it at.
Is that where they watch it at?
That's where everybody watches everything at. Look, that tells us what you think about us. But you tell everybody right now why, for the 30th year in a row, this is y'all's year.
I didn't say that.
Everybody else is.
I've never said that.
All right. Tell me about the Cowboys.
All right. So our biggest weakness last year was what?
Number 1, I'll say defense, but I'll also, and I think I know where Red's going with this. I'll say defense because you couldn't stop a nosebleed. Right. I think we played them one time. We had like 876 yards rushing on them.
Something like that.
Defense, but to me, it was mainly rushing. You could not stop the run at all.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
Now listen, that's an expert opinion from me watching about 6 seconds of Cowboy football last year.
All right. So
I'm assuming you watched more than 6 seconds.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you don't need NFL Sunday ticket to watch the Cowboys play.
You're right. You just need to click it and turn it off.
You just got to put it on the regular TV.
You just turn it right on off.
All right. So They picked up Quentin Williams last year during the season.
Needle mover, none.
What did he do last year?
What did he do last year? Okay, hold on. No, let's pump the brakes. If he's a needle, you said he picked him up last year.
Yes.
What did he do? How did he change your defense? So you're telling me some guy that was on your terrible defense last year is going to make a big difference this year?
Yes.
What? Y'all see what we got to deal with these fans?
First of all,
there's no sense.
Defensive coordinator. We got rid of the worst defensive coordinator ever.
Now you're making a point.
Matt Eberflus.
Listen, now you're making a point that we can argue, but to argue you're better because of a player that played last year.
We have Christian Parker this year, who's never been a defensive coordinator before. All right, but
that proves he's going to be good right there.
He comes from winning organizations that have had big defenses in the past. All right. So do you think of
Smokey's blowing up?
All right, all the offensive coaches that come from Kyle Shanahan and McVay and all them,
the good coaches.
Do you think their coaches are good because they come from those trees, or do you think they're just born to be good coaches?
You want to know the truth? I think they get to those positions because as they come up through the ranks, the people above them can recognize, say, yeah, that one right there has got it. That kid down there, that's our tight ends coach or our receivers coach or our coach. That one right there is pretty smart. I think those upper echelon coaches and GMs see that, and that's how they move up quicker than others. You know, there's always a question about, well, how come these coaches don't get a chance? How come we? Listen, when you're inside an organization, when you're inside any team, the people at the top of the organization, it don't matter if it's a high school, a college, a professional, the people at the top of the organization, they know who in the organization has got it here. They know who's got it here, maybe who just has talent, but ain't got it here. They've been around these, and I think that's how people like McVay and all move up. Obviously, their brains got to come through pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they spend all this time watching film with these other guys. I would think that would show. But go ahead.
Adding Christian Parker, him changing the defense, getting rid of Matt Eberflus. That's one.
I'll say this about that. I think getting rid of Eberflus has to be a plus for the Cowboy defense. I think the verdict is 100% still out on Christian Parker if he's any good or not because he's never done it before. There you go. He's never done it. So to say that's a plus gaining him, I don't know if that's a plus. Losing Eberflus is a plus. I'll say that because he's proven to be caca. Big stanky caca.
All right, Quentin Williams.
Again, nothing.
Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary.
Y'all hear these game-changing names? What?
All right.
What?
Bland's coming back from injury.
Tell the people somebody that's ever heard. If you're not a Cowboy fan, go ahead and respond to this, please. If you're not don't come on here as a Cowboy fan and say, yeah, we know who Rashawn Gary is. If you're not a Cowboy fan, tell us who he is because nobody's heard of him. What are we talking about Kenny Pickett last week? But nobody knew he was the backup for whatever team it was because nobody cares.
No.
You're naming players nobody knows. They're nobodies.
Anybody that watches football knows these players.
Again, folks, y'all answer and y'all correct him. Not Cowboy fans. Y'all come on here and correct him because this guy is smoking blue smoke.
No. And the biggest ad this year is Caleb Downs.
Okay. That one I will agree with. This is where I'm gonna pump your brakes. All right. So your big ads are 2 or 3 players nobody's ever heard of. Where did Rashawn Gary come from?
Green Bay.
You gotta look it up.
I'm pretty sure. I know he was at Green Bay.
He had such a great year last year. We don't know where he come from. Wait. He did a great job. I don't know where he played, but he did a great job. Here's the thing. Let's rewind the tape. And go back to what did we say was the Cowboys' biggest weakness last year?
Defense. Stopping the run.
Be more specific. Stopping the run.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I knew he was at Green Bay.
Okay. No. You thought he was.
I knew it.
If you knew it, you wouldn't have looked it up.
You got to make sure sometimes.
Hey, look. Caleb Downs. I agree the boy's going to be pretty good. But here's the thing. He plugs all them holes on your run defense?
He makes...
So a rookie safety is your answer to plug in the holes in your run defense that I had 172 yards on 4 carries against. I was like Al Bundy. I scored 4 touchdowns one time in Polk High. I'm just telling y'all. You see the point? Like that guy is not the answer to stop what was the worst part of your team. He's a good defensive player, and he will help some of that by bringing him down.
Adding all the Cowboys.
You didn't add Quentin Williams. You already had him. He was part of the crap you had.
With Matt Eberflus.
Okay, so but then it's not the players. You're not banking on Quentin Williams. He was there already. You're banking on the change at the leadership.
In that new system with Parker.
That you don't know even what it is.
I'm telling you,
listen, do I think the Cowboys' defense is going to be better? It has to be. It can't be no worse.
You don't need them to be the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that because, listen, now let's talk about the Cowboys' strengths.
All we have to do is not allow people to score 34 points a game.
I don't think that'll help. I think they're going to be over 40. So, like last year, what y'all give up a game last year? Like 38 points a game or something? I know it wasn't that bad, but
no.
The thing is, your defense was atrocious.
Yeah.
And that's about as nice a word as I can say for it.
Historically bad.
Historically bad. And so we're gonna bank on 2 players nobody's ever heard of, somebody that was already
2
there,
players
and a rookie safety.
You chose to ignore.
Like I said, please, somebody that's not a Cowboy fan, get on here and tell me. So
No.
So tell me how many Pro Bowls Rashawn Gary made?
I'm pretty sure he's been in a Pro Bowl before, Coach. He has.
How about that other dude? The other one you named?
Williams?
No, not Quinn Williams. The other one that you named. You named the third guy.
Who's that?
He's so good, he forgot.
I've named a lot of names.
Poofy.
I've named a lot of names.
Okay, here's the thing. Do I think y'all going to be better defensively? I do. I think by default you have to be.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. Yeah. Where'd he play at?
He came from Green Bay.
So you got, but y'all had him last year.
I'm telling you,
I know enough about the Cowboys to know that's who you traded for
Micah Parsons, exactly. With Matt Eberflus gone, all these players are going to be able to step forward.
So look here, I'm going to say this. I made a meme on social media the other day that said the Pelicans' big acquisition was re-signing DeAndre Jordan, who was below average last year. That was a big pickup. So y'all's big sticking point is to rely on players you already had. You relied on the coach, not the players, because they already showed you what they got.
And Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs. Okay, I'll give you Caleb Downs. I'm going to say this. I think your defense is going to be better. I think your run defense is still going to be running like baby food.
No. Straight
out of a diaper. They know yellow runs them babies get. That's what y'all run defense going to be.
I don't think so.
I think it has to be better, but I think come 6 games into the season, you're going to be complaining about the run.
It can't be worse.
Again, it's going to be better. It's still going to be crappy. But your offense has to be – excuse me. No. Your passing game has to be great, right?
When healthy. Yes.
Well, here's the thing, baby. If your passing game ain't very good,
we're not going to be good.
You can stick a fork in y'all. If your passing game, if you're worried about the health of your –
if Dak goes down again, it's over with.
Honestly, you want to know the truth? I think if Dak goes down, CD goes down, or Pickens goes down, y'all are done. Because the second one of those 2 receivers goes down, now you can double team the other one a whole lot easier. Mm-hmm. That's the way I see that. As long as Dak, CD, and Pickens are standing upright, I think the Cowboys have a pretty good chance to win games for, if no other reason, than outscoring you.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, if we can give up less than 34, good chance the Cowboys can score 35 if those guys are in the game. All right. So it kind of goes back to the whole Drew Brees years when our defense was terrible. All right. See, here's the thing, Mr. Red. I've lived through what you're going through right now, having terrible defenses and a great passing game. I'm going to tell you what it turns into. It turns in a lot of stats. It turns into a lot of exciting games that are ended at the end, and it turns into disappointing endings.
So
kind of like what y'all been having.
We also still have Javonte Williams.
All right, we're going to be better because the players we already had.
We still have him. He had 1,200 yards last year.
So how silly would I stand if I said the Saints are gonna be better because we got Cam Jordan back. We're gonna be better because we got Kamara back. It's the same thing.
It's not.
You're relying on players. How much success?
This guy was a top 10 running back last year.
What did he do for y'all?
1,200 yards.
What did y'all do with him?
And 11.
What did y'all do with
attempts.
him?
What I'm saying is, you have 1,200. You're bringing back another running back with 1,200. I never said this. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm saying we're going to have a good year.
I think he's going to have a decent year.
1,200 yards running back.
I see 9 or 10 wins. Where you got y'all at? How many wins?
12.
12 wins. All right. That's a little higher than I thought, but now I think 12 wins is your ceiling. I don't think you have a chance of winning 13, 14 games. I mean, when you look at y'all's schedule, man, toward the middle of y'all's schedule.
Oh, it's
y'all got, Seahawks, Rams, Eagles, 49ers right there in the middle of y'all's schedule. If y'all don't start, in my opinion, if y'all don't start 6-3, y'all are in bad shape. You start the season pretty easy. You start with the little Giants.
Giants, Commanders.
That's a primetime game with the Giants. All right, you got the Giants and the Commanders right off the bat. Oh, Lord, look at them cockeyed right there. You got the Giants and the Commanders right off the bat. Giants, Commanders, Ravens, Texans, Buccaneers, Packers. Y'all want to know the truth? I'm going to shoot you completely straight. That's your first 6 games. If I told you, I'm looking at Giants, Commanders, Ravens, Texans, Buccaneers, Packers. The Cowboys can go 6-0. And they can also go 0-6. There's not a game there that would shock me if the Cowboys won. And there's not a game there that would shock me if the Cowboys lost. I mean, am I saying that you'll go 6-0 or 0-6? No. It wouldn't shock me to go either way. Because all of those are competitive teams. There's not a Miami in there. There's not a New York Jets in there. They're all teams that I think every one of those games in the last 4 minutes is going to be contested.
Well, next 6, you have at the Eagles versus the Cardinals, at the Colts versus the Niners versus the Titans, and versus the Eagles.
So, I mean, if you ask me, Cardinals, Colts, Titans, there's some winnable games for y'all in there that I would definitely put y'all as the favorite in. 49ers, Eagles, those are obviously a lot bigger tests. But anyhow, for the Cowboys to go 12 wins, to me, 2 things have got to happen. Dak has to stay healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has to stay healthy. And your defense has to be a middle-of-the-pack defense. They can't be below 25. They can't be ranked below 25 in defense. They have to be in that 13 to 20 range. If the Dallas Cowboys defense can end up in that 16, 17 range, I think y'all have a chance to win 10, 11 games.
Last year, they allowed 30.1 points a game.
I think 28 was against me and you, wasn't it? I'm just saying, I believe I could have got a couple of yards against the Cowboys defense. Red, would you block for me?
I try.
That's a landscape for a loser.
Last week, you had me lining up against Cam Jordan.
Oh, I'm making it happen. Don't think the text messages and emails have not already gone out.
I told you.
You got to start running and getting in shape. Look, round is a shape, but that ain't the shape I'm talking about. I'm just saying. All right. This going to hurt your heart, ain't it? Because there ain't but one team left.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Philly's the best team in the division. Like, until somebody proves that they're better than them,
so there you go.
They're the best team in the division.
We were talking about being shocked by stuff. Would I be shocked if the Cowboys won the division? I wouldn't be shocked. But you said it perfectly there. Until somebody can step up and knock the Eagles off their perch, then they have to be the favorite.
Yeah.
They have to be the favorite until otherwise told.
Right.
Is the way I feel about it. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think we're going to split with them this year. I think we'll win at home and they'll win at their home.
So if you can't tell, I'm not really a big Cowboy fan. But I think the Eagles are on a decline. I think they're in a downward trajectory. They've been pretty good the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Right? I think they're in a slow, maybe not a steep downhill trajectory, but I think over the next 2 or 3 years, they're fixing to come. Mm-hmm. There's so much turmoil constantly with the Eagles. Hey, they lost Brown.
Losing him's got to hurt.
Losing him's got to hurt, even though they honestly didn't use him as much last year. All right. Sirianni, I'll say, is probably underrated. I just don't think he's very likable, maybe in the locker room or something.
I don't know. I think he fits in perfect in Philly. Like he's definitely that Philly mindset. So throwing snowballs and dead batteries at Santa Claus.
So I'm going to tell you, as someone who's been to enough NFL games in New Orleans, mostly all in New Orleans. I've been to a couple other places, but 99% of what I've been to has been in New Orleans. I don't know, but I think I've seen every team, pretty close to it. I don't know. There's a couple of teams that travel very well. Philly travels well. Pittsburgh travels well. 49ers travel well. Raiders travel really well. And I'm going to tell you, the 49er fans, and especially the Raider fans, are tough in the bleachers. I mean, they tough to deal with. They tough to not go to jail over.
Yeah.
But folks, Philly fans, y'all, they are a whole different level personally in the bleachers. And I mean, like, I was there with my kids once or twice. Like, my kids were young, and I'm walking out of the stadium and like wanting to get jumped, and I'm like, I got a kid right here. You know, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It is just a game, right? Listen, I'm as passionate about my team as anybody else, but I'm gonna be with Deputy Red or Mr. Red on this. Like,
yeah, cut.
Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna be with Red on this. Philly fans, and look, they take pride in being that level of, what's the word I'm looking for, Red? I'm gonna let you say whatever it is. Of a problem. How about that? Of unlikable. They take pride in that. And listen, I get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even imagine being an opposing fan
in their stadium
at Philly. Yeah. I can't, because listen, I'm gonna be like I said, just in the games I've seen them at least twice, maybe 3 times in New Orleans. I don't look when the schedule comes out and I see Philly at home, and I know I'm going to the game, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. Make sure you don't have too many before the game, because it's going to end up, because everybody's going to end up in a paddy wagon.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Philly up top. Them Cowboys. Look, I'm even going to call them Cowboys out of respect for you, Red.
Thank
you. The Cowboys, and then we going to have, you got
the Giants.
I got Washington, and then he got Washington, and I got the Giants. We got them flop. But either way, we got the top 2 contenders the same. How many wins you think in Philly in?
13 or so.
You think they're going 13-4?
Yeah.
I don't see that, Red. I think in my opinion, I think you're a little bit skewed on your win totals. And here's part of the reason I'm going to say that. Have you paid attention? Okay, hold on. Which division has 3 Super Bowl contenders in it?
None.
NFC West.
I think they have 2. I think San Francisco's on the way down.
Okay, but either way, your NFC East has to play the NFC West.
I think
there's some losses in that NFC East. I don't see any of your teams. You're telling me you're looking at 13 wins, 12 wins, 10 wins, and 9 wins. Folks, that's unrealistic. That's the right word. That's to me.
To me, when they play,
y'all not that good. Your division not that good.
When Philly plays San Francisco, it's at the end of the year. I think San Francisco is going to be out of it by then.
Listen, you might be right on all that.
To me, if you think Philly's on a downward trajectory, but it's not a steep. I think San Francisco, their trajectory is way steeper down than what Philly is.
I don't see that because, and I know you're not a Brock Purdy guy, but I think Brock Purdy's actually going to get better. Where I think we've seen the best of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I'm just going to tell you. And I think losing A.J. Brown is going to be – listen, I'm going to tell you. I got Philly and Dallas basically deadlocked at 10 wins, and Philly maybe winning over a tiebreaker or maybe even getting to 11. To say Philly's going to get to 13, Dallas is going to get to 12, that's – first of all, they got to play each other. And second of all, they got to play the NFC West. That's not even counting everybody else in that schedule. I think that's way too high of a pedestal you're putting the NFC East on. That's just my opinion. And that's trying to be unbiased there. I think your ranking is correct. I think your level of wins is a little bit high.
All right.
So, anyhow, that's the NFC East, baby. Or Beast.
Beast.
It all depends on which side you're coming from, right? Hey, look at here. Stick around and make sure you come back next time for more. Hoorah, Kraken, baby.